At least they said something. Y'all ain't said nothing. I tell y'all all the time, y'all let these trolls come in and take over the show. Y'all regulars don't say nothing. 6 of y'all on here watching me, you regulars. Good morning. Is it morning? Is that what it is? I am done now. I was making breakfast. It's not too many people on my live anyway. When I first come on here, so I gotta give it a while. I'm not a celebrity, so it takes a while for people to show up. I'm having grits, eggs, and waffles, and they're not homemade. They're just regular waffles. Look how hot these grits are. See, it's steaming hot grits. Don't forget, I haven't forgot my pepper and salt. Sometimes I do sugar, but I stay away from sugar. Try to stay away as much sweets as I can. But we got us a few things we're going to talk about before I get my day started. Hello, Ms. Johnson. Please find out if you're having a reunion at the end of June, because you might be kin to me. We have the big Johnson reunion in June. Yes, a huge Johnson reunion in June. Oh yes, I love pepper on my grits. And again, I do like sugar on my grits, but I try to stay away from sugar. Sugar. By the way, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Tea. Now, I do HEB. HEB is one of our biggest stores in Texas. But they're ready to go cold brew tea. This is the best tea, I'm telling you. What I do is I put cold water. Sometimes I'll do a pitcher, but I put it in a big mug like this. Put me 2 of them in there. Let me show you. I put 2 of these in there and make me a big old thing of tea. And it's kind of dark, but once I add the water to it, it turns out really good. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this food I'm about to receive. In Jesus' name, amen. So, child, everybody talking about TD Jakes that stepped down. Did y'all hear about that? Yep, TD Jakes has stepped down. I just, I'm telling y'all, hold on. And I know y'all gonna say I'm a hater. No, it's just my opinion. That church is not gonna survive. They're not gonna put their hands around his daughter and that guy, her husband. They're not. If Eddie Long's son had taken over that church, the church would have went down. And whoever they had step in after Eddie Long, it wasn't working. That's why they got Jamal Bryant. Jamal Bryant is a qualified preacher. At the end of the day, church is a business. Who's going to bring money? Who's going to bring followers? I don't. This is not going to work. It's not going to work. And again, a Red Lobster has a little special. I don't really care for Red Lobster, but they got a special I just saw here. They had 3-course. Oh shit, 3-course. Oh, for $19.99. That's not bad. Yeah, three-course meal for $19.99. It's not bad. That's usually what I pay when I go out anyway, anywhere from $17 to $19. Anyway, it's not gonna work. I want it to work. And when he put his daughter and his son-in-law and up in the front, they'll let you know it's a business. He ain't finna let nobody else take over that church. If you ain't got Jakes attached to it, if you ain't got TD Jakes attached to that, you was not taking over that church. Do I think it has anything to do with Sean Puff Combs? Nah. A lot of that stuff about TD Jakes and Sean Combs is just internet clicks, likes, and views. Yeah, I think TD Jakes is way more smarter than y'all think he is. And he probably just tired. You know, he's been preaching a long time. And he's probably just, tired. Actually, on a real job, he will be retiring. Let me see how old TD Jakes is. Google, how old is TD Jakes? How old is TD Jakes? How old is TD Jakes? 67. I mean, that's still young. But I mean, look. I mean, can you imagine? I mean, that's a lot. He has a big church. He has a big responsibility. He can retire at 62 and get his Social Security, but he probably don't need no Social Security. But I just think it's a big mistake. But we'll see. We'll see. The numbers ain't gonna lie. When the numbers start trickling down and people start coming, there you go. This could be the end of the mega church in Dallas. Baby, he said, I'm gonna keep this money in the family, baby. And I'm sure they got all type of speculations and stuff, of what they can and can't do. Oh, trust me, he's still running stuff. You can believe that. TD Jakes is still running that church. He's just gonna be behind the scenes. Good morning, Chris. So look at I'm gonna say gold. What's his name in Houston? Joel Osteen. I'm gonna say Gold Osteen. He is Gold Osteen. Can't be more preaching the man in the world. And the man in the moon. Can't preach a lick. I can preach better than him. He ain't doing nothing but sitting up there talking. But he don't preach like black folks, like black preachers, but y'all know damn well Joel Osteen ain't called by the Lord. His daddy put him in that position. Hello. Now, Joel Osteen's daddy could preach. We got tornado outbreaks, y'all. All in. I don't know if it's just in Texas, but it just popped up on my phone. A lot of tornado outbreaks this week. But Joel Osteen can't bit more preach. All he doing is sit up there talking and smiling with nice suits on. Can't even preach. Ain't been more called by the Lord. He called by his daddy and that last name, Osteen. But his daddy could preach. And there are some preachers, sons, who actually can take over, and daughters who can take over the church can really preach. But TD Jakes' church is about to go down. It's not going to be the same. I never went to, as long as I lived in Dallas, I never went to his church. It's not rice, it's oat, it's grits. No, you just came in on the live. No, I don't, I put pepper. I'm in my 60s, I have to stay away from sugar. But hey, listen, guys. I need y'all to support my radio show. Now, nobody want to give me a job on the radio till I go to school and get my license. I mean, my degree. So until then, I need y'all, while you're sitting at home, washing dishes, bored, nothing else to do, want to listen to some good music, I need y'all to support my own radio station. Now, it's absolutely free to listen to. Don't cost you nothing to listen to it. I'm gonna put the link in here. And after I put the link in here, we're going to talk about Deion Sanders' son, who I knew when he was a little bitty boy. Okay, so actually, if you go at the very front of my YouTube channel, you'll see the link to my radio station. It's right in the very front. All you got to do is right here. See, look, let me show it to y'all. All you gotta do is click on it. See it? KPTT Radio Hot 100. All you gotta do is put in live365.com and then look for KPTT Radio, and you'll get to hear some good music. I would play the music, but I don't want to mess up my video. Why do I want to mess up my video? Because for some reason, oh, I hope I can get this off of here. I don't like this. How do I get this off of here? Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. There you go. Sorry. For some reason, when I eat and talk to y'all, my goddamn numbers be up. So don't give me this BS about why you be eating in front of people, because the views go up. People, Beloved, the lady that be eating in live, the multi-millionaire. I wish I knew how to master it down. I wouldn't even do celebrity news. I'd just sit here and eat and make $1 million. She became a millionaire in 11 months eating on a live. She was live yesterday on TikTok. That bitch had 1 million views. Eating. And they just talk about her like a dog. Baby, y'all don't understand what's going on, do y'all? How can you fix your mouth? I've said this 1 million times about Beloved. How can you fix your mouth about this woman who became a multi-millionaire eating, and you sitting at home going to work 9 to 5 or collecting a Social Security check, an SSI check, or some disability check that you don't deserve? or you ain't got no job, or you own housing. No shade to the people who are on housing, because some people need it. I'm talking about the people who are the nurses. Talking about this woman that go to work every day and work hard, working for the white man, and she working for herself. You can never fix your mouth to talk about that woman. I give that woman so much respect, and they talk about her like a dog, and she's steady, and she don't even read the comments. She can't read the comments. If you got 1 million, how many people she had watching her? She got almost 2 million views. It was so many people watching her live. I can't, let me see, I might be able to pull it up. Anyway, yeah. So, Deion Sanders' son, I was watching something earlier, and they said his son is arrogant. No. His son is confident because he was raised by a black, y'all kill me. When you got a young black man that's raised by a black man, y'all got a problem with that. Then when you got a son a young man that's not raised by a black man, they say, oh, there's another soldier we lost, he gonna be gay. Y'all motherfuckers ain't never satisfied. Deion is a strong black man who has raised some strong black young men. Now, me personally, it's going to be a little harder for Deion's son because his dad pretty much was in his life as a coach. And it doesn't matter what Deion's son does, he's going to always have an issue because of who his dad is. But guess what, y'all? Chandra, his son, I think that's how you say his name, he didn't ask to be here. He's here. You got to make the fucking best of it. No, but I consider removing your ass, I know that. That's how my damn life could bullshit. I keep telling y'all, my regulars, y'all let these trolls come in here and take over my life and y'all don't say shit. But I thank God for the trolls. At least they say something. But anyway. Deion's son is going to always have issues until the day he dies. But like I said, some people ain't never satisfied. This man raised his son up to be the best that he can be, and he can only be who he can be. Just like, people talk about, I don't really care for the royal family, because what they did in the past, take people's money, take people's money through killing people, through the past, but the royal family, the ones that's living now, they can't help it that they was born into the royal family. You can't get mad at them for that. You can get mad at the King Great and all the ones before them, because they knew the motherfuckers knew what they was doing, taking folks' land, and just like the white folks. We really can't be mad at the white people now because of what their forefathers did, unless they agreed with it, and some of them do. And some of them now, living now, wish they could go back in time. Which brings me to this. That's why we got to support each other. And we don't. We steady pulling each other down. We don't support each other. We don't support black businesses. And sometimes some black businesses don't need to support. But you got to at least give them one chance. Unfortunately, I live in a town, we don't have any black restaurants. So I got to support what's ever here. Now, we might have one here, but I ain't never heard of it. We do have two black beauty places here, when you get your hair and make makeup, stuff like that. I do support them, and I tell people to support them. We got our black churches here. Ain't nobody in them. All the white folks, all the black folks going to the white church. Well, if some of y'all black churches start putting money into y'all music department, I got more shot. I start preaching, PT. I'm getting ready to start preaching. Let me tell y'all something. Good morning, some of these black churches, y'all asses will sit up here and you'll have the preacher gonna get paid, which is fine. I don't have a problem with the preacher getting paid. I don't have a problem with the preacher driving a Rolls Royce as long as they putting the money back into the church. You think, and putting the money back into the community is what I'm saying, There's a church here where I live at, they got 4 motherfucking churches. 4. And in this little town, and it's based all over through the city. So our town ain't that small, but can you imagine how much money they're making? They have 2 garages here in the city. See, this is what churches are supposed to do. They have a garage. They have 2 garages in the city for people who can't afford to get their car fixed by going to a place. They'll fix your car for you. If you're of a certain age, over 50, I believe, or over 55, they'll fix your car for you. Sometimes you have to buy the parts, and if it's something simple, they'll do it for you, right? That's what the church is supposed to do. They have food ministry. They help people with their lights, the water, the gas, the rent. I know you can't help everybody, but that's what the church is supposed to do, help people. But a lot of these black churches, let me just say this, and this is not to the Church of Christ, because a lot of Church of Christ don't have music in it. I'm talking to the churches that have music in your music. And you're going to have to, listen, sometimes the preacher ain't going to be able to pull everybody in, because sometimes the preachers are boring as hell. I know some preachers right here in my hometown, they boring as hell. Boring. Hanging on by a thread. You're gonna, and see, I learned this from the pastor I grew up with. Rest in peace, Reverend C.C. Hines. He was one of the best pastors I ever had in my life. He put money into his music department. I don't give a damn what nobody say about it. Well, the people come for the word. Fuck that. They come for the word and the goddamn music. If your music department sucks, you might as well hang it up. And these churches and these, it's Houston and Dallas don't have no excuse. It's too many musicians out there that can play and help. If you got a good musician, you don't need but 5 good singers in your church. 3. As long as they can teach the parts, And because the music department, when people come to the church, it may be 20 people that come to church that one Sunday, maybe 30. And those 30 people that come, they hear them 4 voices in there. They together, they got their shit together. The preacher's okay. But they said, that music department is off the chain. They're going to come back because they're going to hear that music. With our church that we had back in the 80s, we had the baddest damn choir. I put our choir up against the Love of Life too. Up against the Walter Hawkins family. We had some back, because see, we have a military base here, but so a lot of our singers came from East Coast and West Coast. They wasn't local singers. They were from, Chicago, New York, and so them hoes could sing. We had the best musician. Of course, I was the drummer. We had the best musician. And y'all, I had to remind my friend Johnny yesterday that I was the one that played the whole Love of Life 2 album. He said, you wasn't here then? I said, I was. I was the one who went to Fort Worth with the pastor. He got the drums just for me. He said, yeah, I guess you're right. Yes, bitch, I was the first drummer at my church. And my pastor, put money into the music department. If you don't put money into the music department in the church, it's not gonna be successful. it's not going to be successful. Hi, Cheryl. It's not going to be successful. I don't give a damn unless you're Church of Christ. I don't care about the likes. They don't never hit the likes. I don't care because they don't ever hit it. So I hate asking them. So I just don't care no more. A lot of these people on here are nosy, Cheryl. They don't care about making my channel go up. They just nosy. And then some people are watching from their TV. So But anyway, okay. So anyway, but yeah. So I just don't think. Back to Deion Sanders' son. I don't think that he. Hold on, y'all. I was going to share my. Let me share my radio show with you guys. Please go while you're not. Hey, Manuel, while you're not doing anything, and you bored and even on your job, play my music is safe. There's no cussing or anything like that. While you're at work, or if you have a business, or anybody has a business, please share my YouTube channel. I mean, my radio show with that business, and tell them I'll mention their business if they put me in their whatever. And if you're sitting at home and you want to listen to some good music, definitely give my radio show a chance. Now, this radio station costs me like $60 a month, which I'm okay with that. So I'm doing this because nobody won't give me an opportunity on the radio as of yet until I go to school. When I go to school, then they won't. Now, this radio station costs me. Sorry. Okay, so here's the radio station link right here, which is actually on my page. I've told y'all that a million times. Okay, there it is right there. All you gotta do is click on it, and it'll take you to my radio station. Okay, support it. If you got, I always tell people, if you got a story you would like to tell, and you want to be on air, you don't have to say your real name. Something happened in your life, you want to share it. As long as the story's not over an hour long, we'd love to have you on my radio station. And how you get on there is you won't actually, it'll be pre-recorded. So what you would have to do is, it's a thing that I have called StreamYard. Of course, you and I will see each other, or you actually don't have to see me, but we'll be together, and it's pre-recorded. It's a link I send you, and I send you the link, and you click on the link, and then we'll do the show. And then after I finish, it's audio only, not video. So anybody got a story you want to tell, you got a business you want to, like you got a business you want to advertise on the radio station, absolutely free. If I know you and you're always on my live, I'll do it for you. Okay. Trying to think what else. Let's see what else. So if you came in late and you said, well, I thought he was talking about TD Jakes, take your ass back and watch it, because I'm done talking about it. Okay. I'm not going to repeat myself. I keep telling y'all, I'm not a celebrity. I'm not. If I was a celebrity, it'd have been 1 million people in my live right now, or at least 500. Okay. I think that's about it, y'all. I got some business to take care of today. Now, I don't know if this is true or not. But the word on the street, y'all, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm telling you, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised that ASAP Rocky, yeah, I know what I'm talking about, was cheating on Rihanna. Let me tell y'all something about ASAP Rocky. For those who ain't been following my YouTube channel for quite some time, let me tell y'all something about ASAP Rocky. ASAP Rocky is an alleged hoe. And I ain't talking about no garden hoe. He's an alleged, no, I take that back. He is a hoe. Y'all don't remember me telling y'all the story about ASAP Rocky? He had to have a special bed made because he liked more than one girl. Sue me. He said it out of his own mouth in a magazine. He said he had to have it over 10 girls at one time. He's so goddamn fine, he could do it. I wondered if they get tested at. By the way, today I'm going to buy me a stuffed animal. Well, for what, PT? Because I've been begging and asking you guys to be a part of my live, and y'all out of 10, almost 13,000 people follow me, nobody wants to come be on my live. I'm going to buy me a stuffed animal friend today. I'm going to set my stuffed animal friend right next to me, and we're going to be talking about celebrities together. And when I blow up with me and my best friend, and people be trying to have me on all these different shows and stuff, don't say nothing to me about coming on my show, because I remember everybody who never came on my show, except Greg and a few other people. Oh yeah, I'm going to buy my stuff. I might go get it from the Goodwill. A little stuffed animal. I don't know if it's going to be a tiger, bear, animal, a little girl, a little boy, doll, or whatever, but that's going to be my co-host. Those are my new co-hosts. They're going to sit and talk to me. My imaginary friend in my head, we're going to sit and talk. But A$AP Rocky is a hoe. A$AP Rocky has to have more than one girl. And I said Rihanna must have some good vagina for him to settle down with her. Well, they got 2 babies out of it, right? I think 2 babies. But listen, you can't just overnight, like I told y'all about being gay. Y'all didn't like that video because then nobody made no comment. I don't give a damn. You are not finna change the fact that you're gay. Born gay and been gay. Lil Richard was gay, died gay. After he done had everybody in the world that screwed everything under the sun. Now he come talking about homosexuals. Girl, sit your old ass down. Look, Richard, you old as Methuselah now talking about homosexuals. God made Adam and Eve, Adam and Steve, after you done fucked everybody in the world. A$AP Rocky didn't change. He could, and there are a lot of homosexuals that could change, but they like to be miserable as fuck, trying to please everybody else. Now, I don't care if you change your life, like you say you're gonna do, if you ain't trying to please your mama, daddy, sister, brother. I'm okay with it. I have a couple of sons. One of my sons is bisexual. His wife knows about him and everything. Now, if they're still together, I don't know, but he got 2 kids by her. She knew that. I know a couple of guys of my son. When I say sons, I mean like they're like my play sons. That they know that they boyfriend or husband is baby dad is bisexual. And I don't want to repeat what I said yesterday about homosexuals, but show me one homosexual that's changed. Okay, Don McClurkin been saying that he's not gay for how long? Where's the wife and the children at? Hello? Is anybody in here? Donnie? Donnie? Stop preaching that you straight and God and homosexuals. Where's the wife and kids, Donnie? Ain't no woman gonna sleep with you. Because they know what you are, allegedly. A$AP Rocky ain't changed. He's still a hoe. Allegedly, he's cheated on this woman. Let's see what they said here. With a model. Are you shocked? Or was it more than one model? According to the blogs, claims that she is one of the models that claims that she's still creeping with rapper A$AP Rocky, who is in a common law marriage and a beautiful, of course, with Rihanna. I knew my wife I knew my wife was when she had been invited to my son's game and had cooked the feast. I told her son she was my wife. Huh? Oh. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, okay. So the model appeared on the podcast over the weekend. She was asked who was the most famous guy she's been with. And the model said she wouldn't answer, but the podcast host would have had to mute to her response. Now the audio cuts out the cuts out. She mouthed ASAP Rocky's name, then implied that they still are hooking up by providing proof that ASAP Rocky about his infidelities. As proof, the model showed the podcast host text messages. Photos on her cell phone. That was the other day, too, she said. The model tried to backtrack when she realized the podcast views guessed her lover's name. She said she and ASAP were homies. Then she said, it was Wiz Khalifa. I'm just kidding. Good morning, Angela. Well, first of all, Miss Model, Instagram model, you're a hoe and a home wrecker. If that is ASAP Rocky, because you wrong. You just as wrong as he is. And the same thing you doing to if you are cheating on with Rihanna's man, then your ass the same thing gonna come back on you one day. But ASAP Rocky's a hoe. He already told everybody he was a hoe. He have to have more than one girl. I'm talking 10, 11, 12. He had to have a special bed made for his sexual activities. But y'all say we going to hell. ASAP Rocky, you in there? Rihanna, ASAP. Make sure you tell ASAP Rocky to come out here as soon as possible. Okay. "41 minutes into this video. I'll have it over in 50 minutes. I'm about to get it. I got something I got to do. But yeah, go look it up if y'all think I'm lying. This is not alleged. What is this on my shirt? It's not alleged. ASAP Rocky say he had to have please hit the like button, please. If you had to have a special bed made, because you just have to have so many women in your bed with you, you are a hoe. You're a straight up hoe. Bitch, ASAP Rocky is fine as hell. Fine as hell. But you can't really be mad at ASAP Rocky, because if it's 20 or 30 of y'all women in the bed with one man, there's a lot going on over there. Last thing, y'all, last thing. So, are you surprised that there was a white person behind? I'm going back to Deion Sanders saying, son, are you surprised that there was a white person behind the prank phone calls to Deion Sanders' son? Y'all didn't hear about it? I don't know. Let me tell you about what happened. Well, Deion Sanders saying, son, the coach son of the Falcons, he apologized to Deion Sanders' son because he said he made a terrible mistake because he called Deion. How he got the phone number, I don't know. I blame his daddy because nobody's supposed to have this boy's number because it's a private number unless you NFL, whatever. So he did a very, very shameful prank to his son. His name was Jack Ulbrich, son of the Falcons defensive coordinator. Jeff called Shador on Sunday morning to apologize for giving Shador his private number to a friend. Y'all white folks kill me. Anyway, That's it. That's enough. Y'all be good. Take care of yourselves. I love y'all. Thank you for those 22 people who hit the like button. I'm Peachy with all the latest celebrity news and the little mukbang going on here. In case you missed it, I had waffles. Nasty waffles. I'm going to get some other kind of waffles next time. I had grits with butter and light butter and, of course, pepper. I had some scrambled eggs with no cheese. I forgot to put cheese in there. All right. But y'all guys be good. Check out my radio show. It's called Live 360. Matter of fact, I ain't finna tell you what it says. This I already told y'all how to find it. I'm gonna go back and show y'all one more time. It's called live365.com. Matter of fact, here it is right here. Play it right here. It's called live365.com. See, it's KPT Radio Hot 100. But if you go to live365.com, you'll be able to find it. Okay. I'm going to set up my Facebook and Twitter and Instagram today on there. And let's see here. Let me go here. But this is how you can find the station here. Well, anyway, you can find it. Just go to my YouTube channel. It'll take you straight to it. Okay, y'all. All right, I'm out of here. Well, that's live. See, that's what it said, Live 365. Click on that. It'll take you to the station. Okay. All righty then. I'm out. Y'all be good. I'll see y'all later on. I will check my